Hi, I'm Armin, and wait, hold on one second. All right, where was I? Okay, so obviously that was scripted, and I meant it in a lighthearted way, because it can be amusing when we recognize our own faults. What is not so funny is when our faults limit our real-life interactions. We have all been the person to whip out our phone at the wrong time, but rarely are we called out for it. Why is that? We are the creators of social media. We have accustomed to this irrational idea that replacing real conversations with online communication is okay. I'm here to prove to you that it is not. Social media has begun to encroach upon our humanity to the point that it even takes away our humanness. Now, you may be wondering what this really means. The dictionary says that it involves the nature of people. Technology, and more specifically social media, are quite evidently not in our nature. Not only does it change what we do, but it changes who we are. The instant you were born, were you inclined to send a snap to your friend or to cry, looking into your mom's eyes? The name social media also messes with our minds a little, and making us think that what we are doing is social. In reality, it is the polar opposite. In order to identify how social media brought us here, we need to examine our past. So let me give you a brief overview of how social media came to be. The first recognizable source of social media was 6 Degrees, founded by Andrew Weinreich in 1997, aiming to help friends communicate in a more convenient way, online. The first renowned source of social media, Facebook, was launched 7 years later by Mark Zuckerberg. It helps close friends keep in touch and distant friends stay in touch. But by communicating online, it becomes unnatural. This attitude we have is commonly misconceived as okay, as human-like and natural. The intentions have been lost. We are letting social media take us to places we never wanted to go, and we are stuck, trapped in a maze full of crossed wires and do not know which way to turn. Which path should we take? Now, it is easy to get lost in thinking about these thick questions, as they are deep and unanswerable. On the contrary, I feel that smaller and easier questions can help us see the issue from above. I asked many of you this spring via a survey a couple of thin and answerable questions to help us see from a broader scope. Out of the 145 respondents, approximately 90% of people said that they use their phones for 2 hours or more on each weekday, and another 40% use them for 4 hours plus. On the weekends, over 60% use them for 5 hours or more each day, adding up to 10 hours in total. Now, when we find ourselves mindlessly wasting our time on these machines, how is it fair to tell our parents we can't come to the table for a family dinner? As my charts indicate, health and humanness are directly related. According to the majority of you guys, social media takes up too much of your time. Due to the ongoing pressure here in the technology capital of the world, many of us are sleep deprived. Social media almost always has a negative impact on the amount of sleep we get each night, and less than 15% said that it never affected their sleep time. This data also shows that students feel that their grades would be better without social media. Although we can all agree it has a number of social benefits, only some of your real self is shown online. You can pick out your identity and change who you are. Online interactions have become junk food for our brains and have us hooked. How much more direct could I get than that? I just supplied you with relevant and relatable statistics that you could be a part of, that you are a part of. Most of you feel that it takes away from your sleep, that it is dehumanizing. Cal Newport, a professor at Georgetown University, states that there is a growing amount of research telling us that if you spend your day in a state of fragmented attention to take quick glances or just check your phone, it can permanently reduce your capacity for concentration. Quite ironically, this act of trying to be a well-rounded human by taking care of your social profile is actually dehumanizing. All the attempts to stay in touch distance you from being social. Keeping in touch with our friends is good if used in a healthy way. Communicating in real life is much more valuable than doing so online. Next time you open your phone to message a nearby friend about how their day was, or send a picture of your face with no context, I urge you to set up a time to meet and hang out. This shouldn't take more than 10 or so seconds, and is a great first step in retaining your humanness. If this is too hard for you at the moment and you need time to adjust to this virtue of spending less time online, try setting yourself a screen time if your parents haven't already. If they have, maybe ask them to lower it a bit, to challenge yourself and strive for a better you. Social media or social life? TED Talks or TikToks? You need to make a choice.